Hey guys, Z here from Virginia Grace Living. So today I'm going to be working on a project that I brought home. It's probably going to take me a couple of days. You may hear my pigs back here screaming at me to feed them. So I'm going to have to do that first. But anyways, I'll show you guys what I'm about to be working on. I'm by no means a professional, so this is an amateur video, but I think it's going to turn out well, and I just wanted to have you guys along with me on the project. So I picked up a 1978 Fisher Grandpa Bear wood burning stove, and it's a beast. It does have some rust that I'm going to have to get rid of here, as you can see right here, but otherwise it's in pretty good shape. So I need to replace a couple fire bricks in here and clean this out. But we're going to get to work on this here pretty soon. And I'm going to take you along with what I plan on doing. So stay tuned. All right, pigs. I'm coming. All right, pigs are fed. I'm about to get started on this stove right here. So I have a mask, because last time I did something like this, I was coughing out nasty stuff, so I figured might as well use one of these. I got some safety glasses and some gloves, so PPE covered there. I'm going to be using my air sander for the first time here. We'll give this a try and see how it does. I'm going to start out with some 80 grit. Move up to 120 and then finish, 120 and finish on 220. So there's a little bit of pitting kind of stuff here. I'm not too concerned about that, but I just want to get most of the surface rust off and have a nice finish. And then we're going to get some wire brush and stuff on these parts right here. I have some wire brushes, and we'll just tackle it from here and see how far we get. A lot of that rust is knocking right off with this brush. So you're going to see this orange, but that'll wipe off. And we're going to polish it once we get it good and wiped off. I'll blow it off with the air compressor and try and wipe it. But this thing's in really good shape. May not look like it on camera, but we're going to have it looking real nice here in a little bit. This doesn't look bad at all on the outside right here. Alright, so excuse my junky shop right now, but we've gone over it with the sand. I hit it with some 80 grit and 220, and we've brushed everything. So right now it's just kind of that a little bit of a rust color, just because there's some dust on it, so I'm trying to wipe it off the best I can. But we're going to try out some polish on the back and just kind of see how it looks. Alright, so I have this. It's a wet cloth, it says to use. You can put it on the stove, but it looks like I've kind of figured out you can brush it on or wipe it on with the washcloth too. So it says to put it on here and then let it sit for about 15 minutes and then wipe it with a dry cloth. So we'll put some more on the stove itself. And Darty is turning black, so it looks pretty good. Starting to look good. But we may do more than one coat with it. But right now we're just starting out with this. And we'll let it sit for a little bit and buff it with a dry cloth and see how it turns out. It's just so cold out here. Oh God.
Ooh.
What?
I like that.
Used a lot on this part to soak into those crevices. Yeah.
Now in the corner here, you're missing the crevice.
Man.
Yeah. Keep going. Nope. On the bottom where they meet. Yep.
So this part I would definitely recommend the gloves. I was reading a bunch of reviews and they're like, if you're not using gloves, this is going to stain your hands for a while. So definitely use the gloves.
The lip. All the way to the, yep. And even the lip over here. See it?
Right here.
Go down.
We put it on. We're just gonna go ahead and dry it like it says. We may end up doing another coat. But so far, it looks pretty good. For the first coat anyways. It really blackened the stove up nicely. So once we get this completed, we'll do a, once we have it all completely polished and to where we want it, we'll do a burn outside with it before we bring it in, just to kind of burn off any residual stuff on here. It kind of says to do that. Well, it says to do it with ventilation if it's already in your house, but we don't have to bring it in until after that. So we'll burn it, let it cool off, and then I'll put it in the house once it's completed. But that looks pretty nice for our first little coat. Definitely bringing this old Fisher back to life. Alright, so I have a brush and just a little bit of water, not a lot, and some of the polish to get into this track crevices and stuff right here, and then we'll wipe it off because it's kind of hard to get in there with the cloth. Sorry that my dog will not stop barking like that, but this is really helping to get all the polish in the places that are hard to get with the cloth. Alright, so after it's dried, you gotta kind of just polish it with a dry cloth. So these doors need to dry a little bit, but you can see we kind of got in there with the brush and filled in all those little cracks and crevices that are hard to get with the washcloth or the cloth. All right, as you can see, we got a nice snow last night, and we've been working on this stove in between. And I see one more spot I can probably touch up with this brush. See these little nooks and crannies. It's a little bit easier to get in there with that little brush with that polish on. So I'm just looking over any last minute places, but overall I'm really happy with how this turned out. Yeah, it wasn't in bad shape. It just had some surface rust type stuff. It's an older stove. I mean, it was built back in the 70s, so we're just trying to bring it back to life and put it to good use again. You know, these types of things are pieces of history that they don't really make things like this anymore. You always hear people say that, but it's true. Just kind of show you. This is the inside of the door. So I was polished both sides, got in there real nice. And like I said, we're going to do a little test burn here in a minute. So we got a burn going inside here. Looks like it's drafting out the back pretty good. And mind when there's a chimney, it'll pull it up even more intensely. Alright, so we got it finished up, got it installed. Didn't get that on video because I don't feel comfortable advising people how to install their wood stoves. I'll let them reach out to someone else about that. This video is more just about restoring it. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. And we got it done just in time because it's been snowing the past few days. So it works really good. It takes a lot of wood. Can really heat up a space nicely. So I would keep your eyes out for Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that, maybe Craigslist, because these they do make them still, but they're very expensive. If you want to buy a brand new one, it's going to be like $2,000 to $3,000, maybe $4,000. And I don't know if they make them exactly like this anymore. This one was made back in 1978, I believe. Just wanted to kind of share the project with you guys, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, just make sure you leave a comment. And as always, thanks for watching. God bless.